We're definitely testing this thing to the max here with this Nerf Elite. All right. Wow. Hey guys, how's it going? So a couple weeks ago, I reviewed the new OSIGHT SE green dot that I'm really liking. And today, I'm going to show you another new one. This is the brand new OSIGHT X green dot. I'm going to do the unboxing, shows you what comes in the box. I'm also going to give you my initial first impressions, and we're actually going to do a little bit of testing of it right here in the shop. Before we do though, I need to provide some context. Video disclaimer script. Startup script. Read this early in your video, ideally within the first 30 seconds. Before we dive into today's review of the new OSIGHT green dot, I just want to quickly mention a few things for transparency and safety. First, this accessory was provided by OSIGHT for review purposes, but all opinions expressed are my own. You will see an on-screen notification that says, quote, includes paid promotion, because we are complying with all relevant advertising and YouTube guidelines. Yeah, they sent me the dot to review, but no money was exchanged. These are my honest opinions. I got off script. Let me get back on. Second, for those of you who might be wondering, we are reviewing this sight today by mounting it exclusively to this Nerf blaster. It's the Commander. It's the Elite 2.0. The context here is focused purely on reviewing the performance and features of this accessory in a safe, toy-based context. The video is strictly for entertainment and review purposes, and we are not providing any instruction or promotion related to real firearms or illegal accessories. We want to ensure all content stays within YouTube's terms of service and keeps things fun and safe for everyone watching. Thanks for watching, and let's get into the review. So you're going to see this in a minute here. The Nerf blaster. But let's get into this actual OSIGHT, if you guys don't mind. I know you guys want to see the Nerf, but we'll get into it in just a minute. So I've been reviewing quite a few of these OSIGHTs. In fact, if you remember, I don't know, maybe a couple months ago, I did review the OSIGHT X red dot. So a lot of this is going to be the same, but now in green. So I'm going to notice real quick on the outside of the box, this does have a lifetime warranty, which is awesome. And while it was made overseas, which much of these type of things are, this was designed by OSIGHT in Arizona, in the USA, as well as developed and tested. Now it says here, do not accept if seal is broken. Luckily, the seal was not broken. We can accept. Can we accept, guys? Let me know in the comments. And let's get this thing open. All right, so it's got like a magnetic closure here. And then it's going to fold out into a nice accordion. And as usual, you're going to see the packaging on this is excellent. All of this stuff from OSIGHT is. So here is the OSIGHT X rechargeable cover green dot. So here we go. We're taking it right out of the box here. Check all of it out. Now we're going to have our cable in here, our lanyard, our tool, and a couple other accessories, which is really cool. We're going to see it's going to come with a whole bunch of different screws and a little tackle box. It comes with a bag, a cloth, so tons of accessories. Everything is packaged perfectly in here. And you are going to have your owner's manual, which I definitely recommend reading if you're new to this stuff, or especially here. And it has a really cool little cheat sheet in here that's going to show you how to zero this. We are going to test the out-of-the-box zero today with the Nerf blaster here in just a couple of minutes. Now, some of you guys may be familiar with the OSIGHT, so you're not going to be surprised, but I'm just going to get into this real quickly here, just because it comes with a bunch of cool stuff, and trust me, all of the other options out there do not. Wide variety of screws, which means for many different platforms, and I hope one of these is going to be Nerf compatible today. Different lengths, different sizes. The screws come in these little tackle boxes, which is pretty cool. It gives you a place to store it. And even within here, we have this custom form-fitted high-density foam that keeps every single screw right in order, just like it should be. So that's cool that it comes with all of this stuff, as well as the other accessories. So we're looking at a RMR footprint. Again, this is green instead of red, multi-reticle. So this is going to feature a 32 MOA circle, 32 MOA circle dot, or you can just select the 3 MOA dot. So that's cool, gives you quite a few options. Now, right away, I'm noticing the same thing I've noticed with all of these different OSIGHTs. And this thing is powered up right out of the box. The camera's going to mess with it, but maybe you can see that it is on. There you go. Proof that it's on, but you're not going to be able to truly see what I'm seeing here. And things are looking good. Very, very clear glass, extremely crisp reticle with me having it on the circle dot right now. And this is kind of no surprise because every one of these OSIGHTs has been this way. Couple reasons why. You've got multi-coated glass, which helps a lot. The other big thing a lot of people don't bring up, these OSIGHTs feature an aspherical lens. Look into this topic more if you're interested. This is not standard on stuff that's in this class. Usually you have to go way up and maybe find this type of glass. Most have a traditional spherical lens, which, look, they're okay, but here's the deal. This looks much cleaner, much brighter. And then there's also a common eye condition called an astigmatism. Now, there's going to be different degrees of this, and it may affect people differently. However, friends of mine who have been trying these out with an astigmatism have given me reports from it almost completely reducing the starburst effect in one case. Another guy said the starburst effect's totally gone. If you guys have an astigmatism, you know what I'm talking about. If not, just give me one more second. We're trying to help out the guys that do. And then, yeah, just crystal clear for me. I do not suffer from that, but I've had a few friends tell me that it almost completely goes away, if not goes away entirely. If you look into the technology of an aspherical lens and astigmatisms, you'll fill in some of those blanks, and I suggest you do that deep dive. But even for everybody else, this is a major point. That's why I wanted to spend a minute to talk about it. That is one of the things that does set this apart from many of the other things. And it took me until the last review to figure out why, but that's why. These just look so good out of the box. Now, this is going to be rechargeable. So we have a cover here that's going to serve two purposes. First of all, when it's mounted to your Nerf blaster or whatever, it's going to help protect it, right? From dust, dirt, abrasions, whatever. This is also going to serve to recharge it. So this is going to recharge. The cover itself is kind of your charging docking station too, if you will, right? So USB-C here. It does come with a cable. You're going to charge that with your cell phone charger or whatever, right? And we can see here, it's using magnetic charging or induction. Think about like your electric toothbrush and many other things that just kind of sit there in a dock and recharge. This is not new technology with many things, but this is the first of its kind within the green dot, red dot world. So that's pretty innovative technology there. Now you can just hit this side button and tell how much charge you have on your cover, which it's about 25% charged. This is right out of the box. We're going to charge it up when we're done here. We can insert the green dot, and now when we hit the button, it's going to show us how much charge there is. And you can see flashing here, and we're a little over 25% charged on the actual green dot itself. I guess it just needed to sink in, jutting up to about 50%. Now, I will say, this cover will recharge this like really, really quick. I had one go completely dead that I've had since like over a year ago when I first started reviewing these. I put it on here for literally like 2 or 3 minutes and had enough to continue using it for like a few hours. And it was just on there for a couple minutes. You put this on for 15 minutes or so, and in many instances, it's already charged. You can see how fast we're going up here. So I just wanted to go over the whole recharging thing. And OSIGHT has other options, by the way, that take the button cells. But this is kind of their premium Cadillac model with that recharging cover. Now, the structure of this, right? The housing is their OAL material. So it's supposed to be stronger and tougher than 70-75 aluminum, but weighs about the same. Maybe it weighs a touch more than 70-75, but not much. but the durability is a lot better, so it is an innovative material as well. You've got 12 settings total. 2 of them are going to be, as far as brightness goes, 2 are going to be reserved for nighttime use, and then settings 3 through 12 are going to be for daylight. This does have a sensor on the front here. You can see that little teeny little kind of like window or eye, that little round dot there, right? That's going to sense the brightness around you, and it does have an auto adjustment setting. However, we still do have the good old-fashioned plus and minus here, where you can switch over to manual mode if you desire. So if you like the convenience of the auto brightness, it's there. I know some of you have said you don't like that, but that's okay, because you can take it back and just go up and down with the plus and minus. The buttons are very nice, very sleek. They stick out just enough as far as the plus and minus goes to feel it, but you can see we're pretty flush there as far as buttons are not sticking out of the way to inadvertently get bumped or snagged on things. What's nice about this being rechargeable too is we're completely sealed. Everything's sealed on the bottom, so we don't have, you know, areas where sometimes on other ones I've seen some of the circuit board and stuff can be exposed under there. You're not going to have to worry about it. Super large field of view. This is the X, so think more like for duty, competition, EDC, whatever it's going to be, right? And we're looking at a 0.94 inch by 0.85 inch window. So this is going to have a large field of view, making it where you can track with your Nerf darts on your blaster. You'll be able to track better, and that wider field of view is nice, and we're going to check that out in just a minute here. Oh, let's see if I missed any real quick specs. Flexible auto sensing mode, yep. Now the battery life on a single charge, it can get up to 77,000 hours on its lowest daylight mode. And I'll just flash this for you real quick just to show you if you want to pause this. These are your different battery lives at different settings with different reticles. And hopefully that'll help give you some info. But I do want to emphasize again, because I have several of these with this rechargeable cover. They literally like recharge way faster than you could possibly think. Like, it's surprising. And it also has a memory function where it's going to memorize whatever settings you had on before. And this is motion sensing, as far as soon as it detects even a teeny bit of motion, that reticle is going to pop on. And then after 10 minutes of inactivity, it's going to power itself down and put itself into like a sleep mode to go ahead and save some battery. So let me know what you think so far down there in the comments. I'm just going to pause this. You don't have to watch me fish for screws and stuff, but we'll be right back in a minute to see how this goes on the Nerf Commander Elite 2.0. Alright, so I've got her all mounted up. We're ready to test it here. And just for reference, with this particular Nerf model, I did use the number 640 pitch, and I used the shorter one. So the tackle box of screws did come in handy, and the included tool did work very well. You can see how it's mounted here. Tell me what you think. I think overall, this is looking pretty good. Nice and sleek on the Nerf Commander. And as you can see, I do have the Commander loaded up, and let's take a look. All right, cocked, locked, and ready to rock. Let's take a look here. I've got it on the circle dot right now, the 32 MOA, so I should be able to kind of get a good big target picture, which I do, and then maybe hone in on some nice precision here. So hopefully you guys can see this, and let's see what happens. Wow. Dude, that was like dead on. So not only does the glass look awesome, and like, I gotta tell you this one more time, this reticle is like so clear, like clearer than anything else I've ever used. Well, besides the other OSIGHTs. Make sure you check my channel for previous reviews. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. But the rest of you that have seen these, you know I've been saying this the whole time. And yes, the glass is like as clean as I've ever seen. So is the reticle. And we're definitely testing this thing to the max here. with this Nerf Elite. All right. Wow. This is pretty sweet, guys. Right there. I'm just aiming right at that A. Now the first shot I purposely aimed low just to kind of, you know, test everything out. This is the very first impressions. Look how sleek this looks. Man. Whew. I know some of you are a bit jealous of this, you know, but hey. One of the advantages of being a YouTuber, you get to try out stuff like the Elite Commander by Nerf 2.0. Dude, it's just dead nuts accurate. Now, keep in mind, while OSIGHT did send this green dot to the channel to test, and for all of you, obviously, to get good information on it, we did purchase this Nerf Commander Elite 2.0 with channel funds. So if you'd like to help support the channel, there's links down there in the description. All right. We got a couple more left here. Wow. Pinpoint accuracy. What I'm basically doing is I'm acquiring my vectors, operating within my workspace, and everything's just working out perfect here. I think I've got one more. Let's make it count, boys, before we send this home. Bam. Now, if that's not going to help win you a Nerf match, I don't know what would. I strongly recommend this for all people who play Nerf for your toy gun. And yeah, the initial impressions are awesome. And hopefully they'll come up with something new that I can review again soon, because I'm liking everything that OSIGHT is putting out. Make sure you guys check the description again before you leave. Lots of good information down there. And make sure you're following 28edu on X and some of the other platforms that you can see down below. Let me know what you think about this. Well, and what you think about the green dot too. And I'll see you all again soon. All right. Thanks for watching. And have a good one. Man, I wish I wasn't out of Nerf darts yet, alright. And maybe we'll get some more channel supporters in the meantime, and I'll be able to have more of these next time we test something. That's a channel goal. We need more Nerf darts for the channel.